Good evening and welcome back to Let's Play The Witcher 2. When we left off last time, we beat the Kayran. And, you know, I look at it now, like I'm doing all my editing today for the Kayran episode. And I think to myself, like, I was stressful going through it, it was, and I got really worked up. But then as I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, come on, you big baby, it wasn't that bad. So, I don't know, it was hard at first to figure out what to do. I think that's my big problem, is it's not that a monster that I necessarily could just go in and do the things that I've been doing, because I haven't been using the full arsenal of the things that Geralt can do, like Yrden and stuff, which doesn't bother me. I know some people, when they play a game and you have a lot of options, feel like you have so many cool ways that you can kill your enemies, so you should be using all of it. And no, I generally am more the sort to find a few methods that work for me and stick to them. I only branch out if the game forces me to. And that does limit me, as you can see in a boss battle with the Kayran, where you need to think about doing some other things, like laying your Yrden properly, and working out how the Yrden and the Quen interact. So we got there, it took me a little bit, but we made it. But yeah, I think the biggest challenge with me, I mean, once I got going, I could see, like, at first, when, okay, so you take out a tentacle, it does its, like, flail around and knock off the bridge thing. You don't even have to move out of that left side of it. You can just stay there, and it's not even going to hit you. Nothing actually is a danger. You know, at first I'm panicking, thinking it's going to hit everywhere, but then after a while, you get kind of a feel for its moves. As I said, the biggest thing for me was just figuring out what to do next, what was expected. I had a pretty tough time with the, grab the tentacle and hit the right buttons. And I don't know, I had to do a lot of editing. So I don't know if I really showed very well how I came. Am I going the right way? I'm probably not going the right way. But anyhow. Oh yeah, we're in the cemetery. How I got to that point. There were a couple tries of managing to do the right click and he climbs up on it. And then I finally figured out, you know, left click a bit, and there was a third button when you hit spacebar, and that one threw me. For a couple times it flashed by so quick I didn't catch what it was, and then I just got slammed into a pillar and died. That really sucked. But, like, now that I know what to do, if I had to do it over again, I could do it much more quickly. So it's not really as hard as it seemed. A lot of it is just being a blind playthrough. I didn't really know what to do. Didn't want to look up what to do, so I had to just work it out, and that's not always my strong suit. Anyhow. Guys, I killed the Kayran. These aren't the guys I have to talk to, but I am kind of curious if anyone has anything to say about it. Like, hey, good on you. Ah, everybody's asleep. Dog, I killed the Kayran. The forest is a safer place for you now. Although in some ways, that's another thing that I was thinking about, too. As I sit throughout my days and think about this game.
What's the hurry?
So, we've mostly cleared out the Neckers, although that may or may not be a temporary fix. They're necrophages, they're drawn to wherever there's dead bodies. Now, we did clear out the curse, so there might not be such an abundance of dead bodies, one hopes, but, you know, maybe not. Maybe there will still be bodies around here. They've still got... And that's the other thing I'm leading up to. We cleared out the Endrigas, but there's still the scoia'tael around the walls, and this is still a strategic point. Those scoia'tael aren't going anywhere. Oh, we did get... That's a lot of Endriga trophies. Kayran trophy. Armor plus 3. And Vitality plus 50? And what do I have on? Just Vitality. Oh man, this is way better. Well, I mean, you'd expect this to be way better. It was a much harder monster to kill. Epic. Anyhow, so when you had the Endrigas and the Neckers out there, as well as the scoia'tael, the Endrigas and the Neckers, in a way, balance the scoia'tael, because we have, you know, they're enemies to each other. So the town is beset by all these different enemies. There's lots of dangers for them in the woods, but, you know, it's dangers for their enemies as well, which is going to help keep things slightly safer. Now that we've cleared out the Endrigas and the Neckers and the Kayran, the only enemy out there, pretty much, is bandits and scoia'tael. And yeah, the bandits and scoia'tael will fight each other, but this is going to make it a lot easier for all those bandits and scoia'tael. 27 pounds of snare. Let's do something about that. To really focus on Lobendin and Flotsam. And that makes me mostly concerned for Lobendin, because Flotsam at least has city walls, but Lobendin doesn't. So we've kind of done them a favor in clearing out some of the enemies, but in a way it's really strengthened the scoia'tael problem. So I guess we'll see how that plays out. Alright, we're going in here. It's green. Oh, just Bartholomew again?
Oh, my damn sacrum. Aching and thumping.
What? Alright. Gentlemen? Oh, first minute. How goes it? No, I wanted to talk to you guys, actually. I killed that Kayran. Super proud of myself for that. Alright, we will collect our reward. And although I'm sure that bit by bit things are gonna gear up.
Don't try anything stupid.
I am the hero of the town. Settle down. And we'll move on to like a next chapter or something. I don't know that this is gonna yet be it. I mean, Iorveth is still out in the woods and so is the Kingslayer. So, unless they make a move and go somewhere else, we still got things to do here in Flotsam.
What was that?
Not side quests, though. They're pretty well sorted out thus far. Okay, so we really need to check in. I want to check in with Sheila, actually. She might not be back. She might still be out harvesting Kayran bits, but I'm just curious to see if she's in here. I always forget which room is hers. And it's not this one. I'm going to check in with my team, too. Just to see if they have anything to say. I'm flush with triumph, guys. Give me a pat on the back. Aha! Sheila?
Any progress?
Well, I mean, we killed it. So, anything new on your contraption?
A megascope.
No, we talked about this before.
Many complicated.
Alright, nope, we're good. Thanks again for your help, though. And I don't mean that at all sarcastically. She did help quite a bit. I'd have been in trouble without her. Use that Yrden! Because having not used Yrden at all, and having pretty much forgot about it since the tutorial, it would not have occurred to me to use it. Dandelion? Oh, they got nothing. If he doesn't, I'm assuming none of them do. Ah. Alright. I like that music, though. Okay. Stop dilly-dallying. Get to it.
Yes.
Nobody cares. No one's gonna say, good job, savior of the town. It's Geralt's lot in life. Now, there'll be a couple people who, you know, will be properly appreciative. Just a lot won't. Oh, these bodies. And I think, I might be wrong, but if I remember right, I think back in the day when they used to hang bodies like that, they would just, like, basically leave them to decompose up there. Send a message to everybody else not to mess around. Don't break the law. Or it'll be you rotting away and everyone else having to deal with your stench. Alright, yeah, we're totally just rambling through town because I can never remember how to get there. Aha! I kind of, though... We can at least look at this one that's done. For Kayran. Alright, I think we read some of this before. Among the onlookers stood Sheila de Tanserville. We need to identify the species, talk to Cedric. We learned about the poisonous mucus. And Triss joined us on an expedition to the monster's lair. In the Kayran's lair, Geralt learned that the monster's mucus was highly toxic. Triss gave our hero the formula for a potion that would render him immune to the beast's terrible venom, but he needed an herb known as Ostmark to make the draft. We read that. After speaking with Sheila, Geralt was ready to fight the Kayran. Armed with a sword and knowledge, he set out to slay the monster. You should have seen the battle. The bridge's arches crumbled like houses of cards, and the beast's blood mingled with its poisonous mucus. Finally, the Witcher, with much effort, won the day. The beast was dead, and our hero could pick up the reward he had rightly earned. And Ostmark. So the Kayran's mucus was not only poisonous, but also magical, a fact Triss Marigold confirmed beyond all doubt. An herb known as Ostmark was necessary to prepare the antidote. The plant, as is widely known, grows underground in very damp places. Geralt considered whether to search for such a place himself or to ask Cedric for help. Geralt found some Osmerk in a damp cave beneath the elven ruins and used the herb to prepare a potion that would protect him from the Kayran's lethal venom. The potion was safely hidden in the Witcher's bag in anticipation of the fight with the Kayran. I must admit that the potion worked exceptionally well in the fight with the huge beast. The Witcher would probably best the Kayran even without the protection afforded by the brew, but after all he was a professional. He valued his life too much to expose himself to unnecessary risk. I don't know, that thing was tough enough with the potion. I think we'd have been in even more trouble without. Okay, so currently, we have the matter of price. Alright, and with much effort and no small help from Sheila de Tanserville, the Kayran was finally slain. Now came the best part of any contract. Geralt could go see the merchant on the waterfront and collect his reward. Alright, and then we just have these two things left. Alright, let's get our reward then. I like that I can just tromp right here. Oh, can we go? Don't be outside. Be inside so that I can use the key on your mailbox. Oh, whatever. I'm not even slightly intimidated by you. I took out a Kayran.
A hero, eh?
Yes. I am, actually. No. Oh, why you gotta be out here? Dang it. No getting in. Bummer. Alright, you.
Any news for me, Witcher?
Oh, I got news indeed.
I killed the Kayran. Sheila and I dragged it out of the water, toppled a piece of the bridge to weigh it down, and blew it up.
It was a big thing.
I heard.
Yeah?
So, Dandelion and Zoltan are free.
That was the deal.
As we agreed.
Thank you. Alright, and that's it for him, eh? Oh, so now I gotta go talk to his old boy who will give me the money. Fine. Alright, let's get out of here.
Job done. The Kayran's dead.
Good work. You've earned your reward.
That's really nice. Makes me feel all heroic. This guy just taking a pee on a fence.
Well, well. How's the Commandant as a host?
It's people like him who might help us.
Or put us in shackles and throw us into the river?
Yeah, it could go either
He
way.
told me they're keeping scoia'tael prisoners on a barge in the port.
Did he mention if Kayran ep Esnalen, Iorveth's right-hand elf, is among them?
No.
He may know something about the Kingslayer.
We should talk to him.
Let's pay him a visit.
What did he say? He said there's a third option. That his
I'm
hand
in her way.
towards his knife.
Alright, alright.
What then? He got a
Well, we
bullet
might as well
back.
follow her, right?
Too bad he turned out.
Oh, this is the bar. Yeah, with the guards and they wouldn't let us over there before. Triss is gonna charm us away in, eh? Okay, first. A full pouch of orange improved Geralt's mood and was a fair compensation for the difficult fight with the Kayran. Freed from danger, the townsfolk of Flotsam breathed a sigh of relief, and foreign merchants could finally set off. Everything just like in the old stories, before the time the Witchers began to have second thoughts and dabble in politics. Aha. Well, I mean, it's not an entire sigh of relief. They still got the scoia'tael to worry about, but, you know, at least boats can move along the river now. That's something. You know what? We've not quick saved in a bit, so let's do that. Alright, Triss. These are the same. Gentlemen,
What do you want?
to talk to a prisoner.
To speak with the wounded prisoner.
No one's allowed.
Well, I'm
here
gonna
on
come through here.
Commandant Laredo's orders.
I already cut a deal with you, but
So get out of my way.
he won't tell you much. He's dying.
Well, I'll decide if it's worth my time or not. And maybe Triss, you could patch him up a little bit. I would rather someone not die. If we can help him. I don't know, he's Iorveth's second. Yeah. I'm still torn on the whole scoia'tael issue. Alright, it looks like we do definitely need to go down. Which makes sense. That is where they would keep
Shut
a
your
prisoner.
traps. Stop bloody moaning down there.
Stop moaning, he says to the guy who's dying.
Wakey, wakey, coffer. You'll fall asleep forever any day now.
Can I talk to anyone else?
Look, Birdie's all wet. Hey,
Welcome.
Thank you.
The tap.
You, mouth. Shut up a minute, please, okay? I'm gonna try to talk to a dying man. I don't know how well he'll be able to talk.
He beat him bad. He's got at least a dozen fractures. I'll need your help.
Alright, so we are gonna try to heal him. Good.
The spell I'm going to use is painful. It could kill him if he thrashes around.
So, hold him down.
I'll use the Axis sign to calm him.
Or that.
Perfect.
That's better. Same outfit as Cedric, huh? That green coat? Okay. Calm him with the X. So I need to, put on the sign. There it is.
It's no use.
You wish, Horson. I'm no traitor.
He's raving.
You're not a traitor to who?
Where am I?
In Flotsam. On the prison barge.
The convict's barge? I'm done for.
You're not a traitor, huh? Well, tell me about it. Give me a reason to save you. I mean, he's got a... It's kind of a... If we saved him, it's all for nothing if he's on the slave barge that's gonna, like, go... Everyone on here is gonna be killed, you know? So... I mean, I kind of am anti-Laredo. We definitely know he's corrupt. But I don't think the scoia'tael are fighting Laredo because he's corrupt. They're fighting him because they're fighting the greater war against humans. So... Alright. Well...
How did Laredo's goons catch Iorveth's right-hand elf?
I was betrayed. How else?
Who betrayed you? We did save your life.
You'd be dying in pain if it wasn't for us.
If it wasn't for the Dwan, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, that's a fair point as well. And also, it's not guaranteed at this point that he's not gonna die anyhow.
There's a Witcher in Iorveth's unit.
Like every Dwan, he turned out to be a bastard.
Yep, just using you guys like we told
He
Iorveth.
betrayed us. He said he had an offer for me. So we met, where roses of remembrance grow.
The bath?
I should have known.
Roses of Remembrance?
Yeah, the bath, Triss. It's
Yes.
really cool.
Some of the last in the world. He thought that I'd betray my elven brother in order to control the unit. I refused. And there was a fight. I've never seen anything like it. No human can move that fast.
Well, yeah.
It was a massacre. I was the first to be hit. Thus I survived. I would have bled to death had Laredo's men not found me. Letho will kill Iorveth, and all will be lost.
Letho, huh?
So many dead, so much suffering, all for naught.
Okay, well, so if we keep Iorveth alive, what do you think is gonna happen?
Why does the Dwan want Iorveth dead?
He used us
Well,
at
yeah.
the start. Our hatred. But he no longer needs Iorveth. Sees him as a thorn in his side. I don't know what Letho wants.
Okay, and so Letho is the same guy that killed Foltest, right? We're both talking about the Witcher here?
Letho. He's the Kingslayer?
Yes.
Okay. So, I'm feeling almost like, knowing this series, I feel like maybe we have an option to try and reach the scoia'tael. I would like to... They were manipulated, and this is kind of, like Geralt said earlier, it's the same way that Nilfgaard manipulated them for their own ends, and that's what this Letho is doing now. Nice to have a name to put to the fellow. I would like to... I feel for the plight of the elves, and if there's hope that maybe we could talk to them and perhaps guide them on a different path or something, like, I don't know. We got Cedric here. He used to be scoia'tael. He's not now. Maybe these guys, having been betrayed by this Letho, maybe they could be brought around to some other kind of point of view. I have to try to do what I can to broker peace between the humans and the elves. And if that means erring on the side of helping the elves and they decide not to be peaceful, I think I feel more comfortable helping them. It's helping the side of the oppressed more than the oppressors. I don't want to do damage to the people of Flotsam, but, I mean, even if there weren't scoia'tael attacking Flotsam, the little people would be stomped all over anyhow. We've seen that Laurito's a shady guy. He's not a fair and just ruler to them. So, yeah, I might try to help these guys out.
What does Iorveth want? Why Flotsam?
Go plow yourself.
I want to help you. No, I don't want to kill him. I don't want to go that route. Only I can warn him. Maybe... Tell me... That might be the way. Tell me I'm on your side. It just sounds so weak.
Only I can warn Iorveth. Tell me.
Hey!
Hey!
We're fighting for much more, Witcher.
I know you guys
Flotsam is
are.
only the beginning. We're no bandits, we fight for freedom.
I know that. I
In due
know that
time,
about the scoia'tael.
Iorveth will answer the call, and we'll emerge from the woods, joining the battle.
What battle?
It wasn't specific.
In that case, I'll ask Iorveth himself.
I'd like to see that.
Alright, this is going to be tricky. And obviously we cannot bring Vernon with us, because he has a burning hatred of Iorveth. And he's got a quick temper, so if we bring him and we attempt negotiations, he's going to ruin them. Okay. I don't really want to give up. I kind of want to release this guy. I don't want him to go die. He's fighting for better conditions for his people. I can't hold that against him. I kind of want to help. Probably, I don't know. This makes me feel a little bad about my choice with Melina, though. It's ugly all around, but I ultimately can't side against this scoia'tael.
We got what we came for.
What now?
I sympathize with him.
Iorveth.
What if Iorveth already knows?
Well, what if he
I've got
doesn't?
an old saying all ready for him. My enemy's enemy is my friend.
Warn him, Gwynblade. Iorveth fights, for that is what he does best. He's Enshe, a real one, a free one. Among the last. Fighting makes sense. Now more than ever before. There is still hope.
Are you sure there's still
Talking
hope?
about Kayran. Hope for what?
Yes, what hope?
For change. For a better tomorrow.
I want there to be
That's
one,
it.
but...
They'll torment me to death on this barge, and I'll go gladly where the apple trees bloom. But you must warn Iorveth.
Geralt, we gotta save this guy. We gotta save this guy. Come on.
Yennefer told me that Ciri has departed for good. She inhabits another world and is happy there. Before she left this one, she gave us the Isle of Avalok, our island. We stopped counting time.
So what happened, though? I'm really excited to get this snippet.
People believe that the wraiths of the Wild Hunt are immortal.
Oh.
Race across the heavens, gripping in their bony hands swords, their lightning bolts. They take away mortals, ever expanding their cavalcade of spectral riders.
And they want
They
Geralt.
burned the orchard and the house. In their armored boots, they trampled our island.
And they took Yennefer. We gotta save her.
And they made off with Yennefer. I had to get her back. Return to reality. Return to the Witcher's path.
Okay, this is really good for him to remember, and we really need to get Yennefer, but I also want to save this guy.
Geralt, are you alright?
I got kind of
I've
bad
been
news
to
for
the
you,
Isle of
Triss.
Avalok, among the apple trees and the mists. After the massacre in Rivia, Ciri took me there, and Yennefer. The Wraith Riders kidnapped Yen, and I pursued
Yep,
them.
here comes the end of your romance.
Triss, this is important. I feel like everything's coming together. When the Witchers found me barely alive a half-year ago near Kaer Morhen, I was fleeing the Wraiths of the Hunt. They continued to pursue me, in the outskirts, then in Vizima when I killed the Grand Master. Now I know it was no coincidence.
Kayran mentioned roses of remembrance growing somewhere near here. Cedric claims likewise. If that's true,
Then I gotta
Right
go there.
now I should be searching the forest for Iorveth, not looking for flowers.
I could
He's with the
restore
flowers.
your memory.
You sure?
Everything seems to indicate that. Whatever's blocking your memory is clearly weakening. I think I could break that barrier with just one petal from a rose of remembrance. Those flowers are truly powerful.
Okay, she gets credit
In
for
that
offering
case,
this.
Iorveth can wait.
He's going to be there
Want
at
me
the
to go with
flowers.
you?
I'm a little torn here. So many things. Okay, I want to get back to Kayran because I'm not done there. I almost want to sabotage and release everyone on this barge, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I'm just feeling more and more like I gotta help the scoia'tael. His hope. There's hope for change, and he believes it. And if there really can be change, if he knows something, some possibility of real change, I support that. But then here we are with the Triss problem. She gets credit for wanting to help, but also at the same time, I don't know, more and more it's really bothering me that she didn't tell him about Yennefer and Ciri. That's his family. She finds him, thought he was dead, but here he is alive, amnesiac, and instead of thinking, where's Yennefer, who was her friend? Where's Ciri, whom also was her friend? They think of each other kind of like sisters. Instead, she's like, oh, here's my chance for a romance with Geralt. Like, it's really, really scummy. And there's a lot of things I like about her, but that's kind of a big serious thing. I feel like Triss in some ways is extremely immature. She doesn't think through to consequences of things. She's not thinking about the consequences. Like here, we learned something horrible. Yennefer's been kidnapped by the Wild Hunt. That can't be a good thing. And especially, she doesn't deserve it after, like, in the book, she was kidnapped and she was brutally tortured. Like, man, can she ever get a break? So Triss deciding, well, I'll just enjoy this time with Geralt and not worry too much about what's going on with Yennefer or Ciri. Like, something horrible could have been happening to Ciri. Something horrible could have been and was happening to Yen. And her, instead of telling Geralt about these people who are so important to him and who are also important to Triss, she just ignores it so she can have this romance with a guy who never actually really felt that for her. She was just a fling to him and then he was done. She's not thinking about the consequences of just trying to pursue this relationship, that other people are getting hurt because she wants to maintain this fantasy. And I feel like it's the same thing like in the books in the Isle of Thanedd. So, lots of book stuff here for those of you who've not read the books. Read the books! Gathering of sorcerers, and she's part of a group that was planning this big upheaval. And she's thinking, oh, things are going to work out for the best. And there's a conversation she has with, I know Yennefer is there, and I think maybe Geralt, where she's kind of like alluding to something big happening, but doesn't say what it is, because she's thinking it's all going to go just swell. But it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. It's not going to be a peaceful transfer of power. It was a big disaster. People died, and that was where Ciri ended up running away into the Tower of Swallows and got flung across the world into like a wasted desert in Nilfgaard, where she almost died, and lots of horrible, horrible things happened to her. Like, Triss could have spared them that. She could have said something to them. Hey, don't go to the tower tomorrow, because big things going on. Like, and she didn't, because she doesn't think about consequences. She just looks at the good things and what's going to happen that's going to be good for her about this. And I feel like this is the same with her being one of the sorceresses of the Lodge. They are very cunning, manipulative people, and I don't trust them. Yennefer doesn't either. They want to run things. So they wanted to keep tabs on Geralt before. They've got to know, they've got to know he's back. She was talking with them through the magic mirror in the last game. So what could happen along our travels here? I mean, that's a big thing about her not telling Geralt about Yennefer. The Lodge wants tabs on Yennefer, too. So they'll know that if Geralt's back, Yennefer's probably somewhere, too. They've probably already been looking for her. Maybe they've even got tabs on where she is, and we don't want them to beat us to her. All of this information that Triss probably withheld because she's trying to, I don't know, she thinks it doesn't hurt anything or whatever. She's not thinking it through. She's not thinking about how people get hurt by the decisions that she makes. It's extremely immature, and it bothers me. And so here it's nice that she's offering to help, and she did help with the Kayran, but she's a help that I can't rely on. She could easily end up hurting us and betraying us completely unintentionally, like she did on the Isle of Thanedd. She doesn't mean for bad things to happen, but she doesn't think things through, so she doesn't really... She could withhold information that we really need, or she might end up passing on information to the sorceresses that she thinks is going to be okay for them to know, but really it isn't. We can't really trust her. Triss, you're my friend and I like you, but I gotta keep you a little bit at arm's length. I can't trust you with the really big things.
I'll take care of this on my own. Wait for me in town.
I want to help.
I know you do,
I'll
but
manage.
But your help
This
is
won't
kind of
take
dangerous.
I'll ask some locals about the elven ruins, find the rose, and I'll be back.
I'll be waiting.
And I know you...
Traps. Stop bloody moaning.
I know you
down
want to
there.
help, but your help already... Her help already means that 6 months Yennefer has been in the captive of the Wild Hunt.
Look, Birdie's all wet.
And Geralt didn't even know about
Birdie,
Yennefer
you
till
get
now.
wet just looking at me.
Get ready,
Please don't be...
Birdie.
He's
We'll
freaking
be
dead,
down to
isn't
see
he?
you right after our watch.
No, he's breathing. He's breathing. I really want to help him. Maybe we have to Rose of Remembrance first. I'm so excited that Geralt's getting his memory back, but I'm not done here. Hold on there, Kayran. Just hang in there, and we'll see what we can do.
I know you're kind.
Yeah? Then you should know better than to speak to me. I'm a dangerous man. Alright. Anyhow, well, we do know where the Rose of... We're going to talk to Cedric anyhow, because the game just kind of pointed us in that direction. But we know where the Rose of Remembrance is. It's the Elven Bath, for sure.
That prick Laredo turned his nose up, eh?
Also... Look at that gathering of banditry. Over there telling stories about the horrible things they've done to people. Alright, I need to remember where my blacksmith is. Just look it up. Because I do want to see about... well, I guess I could just talk to, like, Cedric. We're going there anyhow. Mysterious merchant. That's interesting. North, huh? What, this guy that wouldn't talk to me before?
I always say this, but
Now that I've cleared out the Kayran, you got anything to say?
Careful with those.
No? Alright. You can have that. And that, and that. Probably some other stuff. I have 62 Celandine. Well, they don't weigh anything, it doesn't matter. Keep my mutagens. Some of these are definitely extra. Is there a reason to keep any of them? I like to have them just because they're memories of my adventures. But, I mean, they're just from a Drowner and an Andruga, and they are just not as good as the one I have equipped. Plus, they weigh a pound each. I should probably sell them. We'll sell them. No, we won't. We'll store them. It pains me a little bit to get rid of them. Pickaxe. I forgot to put that on. Mr. Garrus's armor. I meant to store that. It's heavy. Alright. Whatever. We're good for now. Let's find someone who can craft for us.
New opportunities.
It's not that simple.
I've missed the old turf.
I know. I keep turning around. I just wanted to look. Yeah, it looks like all of the merchants and such are gone now, huh? We cleared the way for them. What's going on with this boat? Can I talk to anybody here? Hello there! Oh, this is our boat! Oh, it was able to actually get in town now. Well, that's cool.
What now?
Nothing. I'm glad you guys are able to be right here. It's an improvement.
I tell him, I'm taking your pouch. Or your pouch.
I'm anticipating problems when it comes to doing what I can to try and work with the scoia'tael. Roach is gonna really resent that. What are you doing? I killed all you.
How many more can there be?
The forest was such a nice, peaceful place. What happened? Well, whatever. I'm just gonna find the town. I don't care about any of you guys. Well, so I guess all my worries were for naught. We didn't really make things that much safer for the scoia'tael out here. Where is the town? Okay, this is right. Just keep following the walls. We'll get there. Put this away before we freak anybody out or stab any dogs on accident. Alright, Sad, you up here? He's not. Oh, shoot, where did he go?
Oh,
Yeah. Do. Well, I hope the Wild Hunt has been treating Yennefer better than Vilgefortz did. Cedric, where are you? You weren't where I expected you to be. Alright, this is just gonna be Bartholomew Bargy over here. It always is. Is he like wandering in the woods? I think he does that sometimes. I don't want to talk to Sandler, because he had that troll's head in his house, and I think that was horrible. So, none of my coin goes to him. Alright, well. I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and wind the episode down here. Please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this. Come back and next time I will meet you at Ced. I could talk to the folk of Lobendin. I'm just gonna talk to Cedric. Everyone... I mean, Triss specifically said he's the guy who knows where it is. So I'll meet you at Cedric. We'll talk to him, and then we will move on to... It's gotta be the baths. So we'll move on to the Elven baths, get this Rose of Remembrance. I'm really torn about where things are gonna go from here. We need to go find Yennefer, but we also need to do what we can to resolve the scoia'tael situation here in Lobendin. I don't know, Kayran's words really got to me. There's real hope for change, and he believes that there's real hope. It's not a futile struggle, he thinks. So what's changed to give him that hope? Is it false hope, or is there a hope? I gotta support it if there is.